Welcome, graduates of the class of 2021-2022, families, academic and support staff, and friends. Thank you so much for being here with us today, both live and in person, and via our live stream. I will deliberately keep my comments short today to focus on our student, speaker, and watching our seniors walk across the stage in person to receive their certificates and award. While it's undoubtedly true that we have collectively had our share of struggles, and this year has been challenging to say the least, I like to use this space to humbly remember the loss of Spot Valley loved ones, especially our dear Mr. Coleridge Williams and our student Jeff Fitzgerald, and others who would have been directly affected as a Spot Valley. We learn how much our families, community, and educators love our students. Since March of 2020, life was about staying connected, supporting each other, and coming to grips with our emerging reality. We learn how important we are to each other. We finish out this school year with a renewed appreciation for our need for connection and how badly we missed each other. We learned how complicated change is in school and how vital it was that our students, that we bring them back into the building in September, October of 2021. The year was filled with a mixture of determination, collaboration, all aimed at putting together a senior year for this group of students. Those involved in the planning knew how critical it was that the student return to rigorous and meaningful educational experience. When we came back to school, what we learned from each other transcended the content area that we teach in school. We had invited you into our homes via our computer cameras, and they invited us into theirs. We realized that we were sharing a once-in-a-generation experience that we could only endure through empathy and love. When we returned to school in person, we realized that maybe we didn't need to start school at a time that caused our young adults to wake up well before sun. Maybe changing our routines at school to allow for just a little more time for the student to breathe and enjoy each other's company would mean that not only would they have healthier and happier, but they would also be settled to strive during their time spent in the classroom. Throughout the school year, there has been a team working tirelessly to ensure that the senior class of 2021-2022 has had the senior year they have been working towards for their whole life. While very little looked quite the same as it did in before times, students have had opportunities to participate in football that did well despite the short preparation time, athletics that put their all for the school, school-based assessment, vocational clubs, and many others that place themselves out there with their skills. A dedicated group of parents, especially our PRO, Miss Shelley Ann Miller, pulled together all that she had within her to show her love for the school and on behalf of the parents. I'm begging you, after your external exam, do things that makes you happy, that fill you. Bake, sing, run, write, dance, learn a new hobby, or pick up an old one that you've forgotten you love. I'm going to give myself permission to do all the same things I am suggesting to you, because finding our center and creating our own joy after a year is something we all need. The first time I was able to hug and miss, and after we have both been vaccinated, was such a powerful moment. I almost cried. And sometimes we don't know what we want until we have been taken from us. I felt that way about human connection. I didn't realize how deeply I needed that till it was taken from me. What it is for you? What do we want more than anything as we come out of this year? What is it? Go get it. You deserve it. I love you all. I wish you all a beautiful summer. I can't wait for you to come back and visit and share all the amazing things that you have manifested next in your lives. And before I close today, I have to make one other request of you. And that is to thank someone who helped you through the year. Your teacher worked their butts off this year. Thank them. Our support staff, please thank them for keeping you in a clean environment. Your friends, check on you. Even when they may be had nothing left in their tank themselves, thank them. And their families, wow, they carry their families on their backs and love you despite their own exhaustion. So please, please thank them. Have a beautiful and well-deserved summer, and then get out there and begin to help our world heal from these last 20 plus months. There is no one I trust more to do that than you, class of 2021-2022. Thank you. While it's certainly true that many things have gone wrong in the last 2 years, my hope is that in the end, among the message that stand the test of time, are that perseverance pays off, and that the greater Spot Valley High School community love its young adult and will move mountain to support them. I wish the class of 2021-2022 my heartfelt congratulations for your accomplishment, and will miss you greatly. Thank you.
Examination Coordinator's Report. The school year began with orientation. The students and parents were briefed about the examination process, beginning with the process of recommendation by teachers to registration to completing the examinations and receiving results. Students and parents were encouraged to play their part in all aspects to ensure a smooth process. Students were recommended in September for the various external examinations, and registrations were completed during the first term. There were 33 students who deferred CSEC exams and 1 student who deferred CCSLC exams from May-June 2021 to May-June 2022. These students were among the final registration for the school year 2021-2022. All NC TVET subjects for grade 11 students were deferred from June 2021 to February 2022. No practical examination was given for NC TVET, but the students had to complete projects in groups of 2. We completed and submitted all projects for those students who participated in the process, and all NC TVET assessments were completed as scheduled in February 2022. We have received those final results, and 1 student was certified for cosmetology, 2 for housekeeping, and 1 for motor vehicle repairs. There has been a reduction in the number of students registered to sit different external examinations for the 2022 sitting. This is as a result of the low performance of some students in grade 10 and also some students' inability to pay for examinations. We completed mock examinations for City and Guilds in April 2022 and the speaking and listening components on May 18, 2022. There was a call from different heads of government and education sectors across the region for the postponement of external examinations. The examination bodies complied and postponed the external exams, which was originally scheduled to begin the first week of May 2022. However, the practical and oral examinations were all completed as scheduled, but the written exams began May 23 and ended July 1st, 2022. For the business department, we started the 2021-2022 school year with 4 teachers: Head of Department, Miss Raquel Whitfield, Miss Ann Johnson, Miss Elise Gordon, and Mrs. Jacqueline Cummins. However, one teacher, Miss Ann Johnson, resigned in October 2021 while we were still online. During that first term, the Head of Department, Miss Whitfield, engaged the affected classes as best as possible, which included preparing, administering, and grading all assessments. We were unable to get a replacement, and thus we had to remove EDPM from grade 11, customer service and EDPM from the grade 10 list of subjects, and those students were reassigned to other subject areas for January 2022. We also had to rework the timetable, and Mrs. Colette Williams Simpson was asked to join the department by teaching 2 grade 8 and 1 grade 9 business basics classes. For the May-June 2022 examinations, we had students who were registered to sit CSEC Economics, Office Administration, Principles of Business, and Principles of Accounts. We also registered students for the first time to sit Level 2 City and Guilds Customer Service and NCT Vet Level 1 and 2 Customer Engagement.
The year 2021-2022 was one with a difference. A year that our mental and social wellness was challenged. Thus, the guidance department stepped up to the pace, providing solutions necessary to assist both parents, staff, and students. The program included the promoting of healthy eating habits, routine exercise practices, practicing of proper rest, the forming and maintaining of a social group, daily meditation, promoting adequate consumption of water, the development and maintaining of life skills. These skills include time management, problem solving, conflict management, self-awareness, and self-efficacy. Staffs were lavished with a day of self-care. It was dubbed "It's All About Me." They were greeted with surprises, flowers, games, giveaways, and a treat. And oh yes, a nature walk. Child's Day were no exception. You know, students are the greatest. Thus, they were treated as such. The day was filled with treats, games, and spending a day just having them to know, oh, how special they are. On a sad note, we lost one of our great sweetheart, Jeff Fitzgerald. The funeral was all the way in St. Thomas. Thus, the classmates were not able to attend. But oh yes, they sang. Many were the struggles. Yes, mask wearing, social distancing, meeting others for the first time and having to get along. But all the stress was real. But the grade 10, they were exposed to a psychosocial and a psychomental session. In this session, they were afforded information that would be life-lasting. Those topics were conflict management, problem-solving skills, positive attitude to academic, and the spiritual session was also among them. The stress was high at times, and so the National Drug Awareness were invited to have a drug awareness session with the students, just to have them to understand that drugs is not an answer. Individual counseling were all year long, and so whenever students don't feel like, just maybe talk or I need an answer, the guidance counselors were there. Parents were met along the way with support. Yes, we also had a parenting seminar that would afford them positive parenting tips and just an answer and an arm to lean on to let them know, yes, parents, we care and we are here to help you along the way. A year that was a struggle, yet good times, challenging moments. Yes, something new, but we made it. We made it. The Lord strengthened us, and we are now boasting with our psychomental wellness.
The Technical Vocational Department continues to offer students opportunities for certification through CSEC, NCTVET, and more recently City and Guilds. In the 2021-2022 school year, we added plumbing, taught by Mr. Foster, to the grade 7 curriculum. Welding and fabrication was also briefly reintroduced to the grade 10 and grade 11 curriculum. For the first term, with the onset of COVID-19, the teachers had to be creative in assigning students practical activities. These activities were mainly executed with students sending the teachers video recordings of themselves while they're doing their practicals. The second term of the school year brought changes, as Mr. Bailey, who was with us from 2009, moved on to Pastors New. He was replaced by Miss Lewis at the beginning of March. Also at the beginning of March, Ms. Lawrence and a few grade 10 and grade 11 students began training in digital animation at the Hart College of Innovation and Technology. We were also able to assist the school in getting a grant of 30 computers from the Overseas Examination Commission. These computers are to be used in aiding the department in the teaching of digital animation and AutoCAD. I'd like to say a big thank you to all members of the department for their contributions throughout this challenging school year. Your efforts are greatly appreciated, and I look forward to working with you all come September 2022.
The Modern Languages and Literacy Department. We started the 2021-2022 academic year online as the COVID-19 pandemic raged on. We had our full staff complement as we were joined by Ms. Carolee Samuels, Ms. Shanique Lewis, and our own past student, Latanya Stewart. In January, we were back in the face-to-face space, although on a phase-by-phase basis. Mrs. Grange left us at the start of February, and we adjusted well to accommodate the students. In April, we had mock examinations for City and Guilds, speaking and listening, as well as the written paper. In May, we had the official speaking and listening examination for City and Guilds, and on June 30, the students sat the written paper. 22 students were entered for the CSEC English A or English Language examination, 4 students for the English B or English Literature examination, 9 students were entered for Theatre Arts, 111 students were entered for City and Guilds English, and 4 students were entered for CCSLC Spanish. 2 of our teachers, Ms. Shanique Lewis and Ms. Latanya Stewart, were trained in the creative language-based learning as part of the 25-6 school strategy to enhance literacy and numeracy. We look forward to bigger and better things in our department for the next academic year. Thank you.
The Science Department offers the following science subjects: Integrated Science, Agricultural Science, Chemistry, Physics, Biology, and Human and Social Biology. We began the year with the following CSEC passes from the June 2021 sitting: 67% in Integrated Science and Agricultural Science, 50% in Chemistry and Physics, 33% in Human and Social Biology, and 100% in Biology. To increase the students' awareness of happenings in the world of science, the department started a monthly newsletter entitled The Science Buzz. It was made available to the students through their various WhatsApp forum groups. This newsletter included spotlight topics, content highlights from the science subjects offered by the department, buzzwords or important points to note, interesting science facts, riddles, jokes, links to videos showing fun science experiments, word search, word scramble, and spot the difference activities. Science Club was convened briefly online using the Google Classroom. In November, we celebrated Science and Technology Month with a special technology feature in the newsletter and by hosting a poster competition under the theme Raising Awareness About Health and Environmental Issues. There were 2 categories for this competition, grades 7 to 9 and 10 to 12. The students were prompted to choose from one of the following topics to focus on their poster: pollution, global warming, obesity, heart disease, and viruses. The winner of the competition was awarded a certificate, a trophy, and 10,000 Jamaican dollars. In February, the Science and Physical Education departments were merged. Romario Hines and Deandra Harris represented Jamaica at this year's Carifta Trials, held in Kingston. Deandra placed first in the under-17 girls 400-meter hurdles, and she also helped Jamaica to secure a gold as part of the under-17 4x400-meter relay team. Mr. Ricardo Cunningham was asked to be a national coach for the event. In April, the following students traveled to Kingston to represent the school in the ISA Boys and Girls Champs: Alex Graham, Jaheim Charlton, Rayon Joseph, Romario Hines, Marshall Waite, Ian Grant, and Ovane Reed. All of these students were coached by Mr. Ricardo Cunningham. Members of the department continue to work hard to educate and uplift the students of the school, and we look forward to doing even better in the upcoming year.
Good day, everyone. Humanities Department report for September 2021 to July 2022. An overview. The academic year of 2021 to 2022 commenced with exclusive online classes brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. During this period, our teachers used various digital tools and resources and implemented new approaches to teaching and learning. Current trends of teaching and learning saw our team of teachers, including me, constantly striving to stay updated by attending various virtual seminars and workshops to be better able to meet the learning needs of all our students as we battled with the challenges of teaching and learning during a pandemic. Despite the challenges 2021 presented, our team members did what they always do, rising to the challenge, taking a strength-based approach and employing a can-do attitude to ensure we minimize the impact of these lockdowns on our students' education as much as possible. Teachers did an outstanding job of planning and delivering a quality distance learning program via Google platform, ably supported by our wonderful support staff. After almost 2 years of distant learning, which was challenging for students, parents, and teachers alike, the willingness to go back to normal learning processes were met with mixed feelings of joy, excitement, and a bit of confusion among all. Starting off the new term with face-to-face classes seemed more overwhelming than ever before. It was initially quite an adjustment for those students who did return to school, as they had to re-establish back-to-school routines after such a lengthy time at home and adjust to wearing a mask for most of the day. What we noticed, however, was that these students proved to be resilient, adjusting quickly and showing a real enjoyment for being back at school, particularly having the opportunity to socialize again with their peers. Team members. All the efforts have been taken to ensure quality in teaching, both online and face-to-face. As such, our department is equipped with a competent team of teachers who are committed to the holistic development of all our students. Our team started out in September with Miss Serene Gordon, Mrs. Judith Otte, Miss Sandra Scott, Miss Sharon Hitchman, Miss Shanique Lewis, Miss Tracy Ann Kelly, and Mrs. Yvonne Walker, who did a tremendous job working in place of Miss Diane Brown, who was on vacation leave for 4 months. Miss Brown later rejoined the team in January 2022, bursting with enthusiasm and joy. Distance learning. The distance program offered for students included a blend of online lessons that were delivered via Google Meet and tasks assigned for students via Google Classroom, which they were able to continue working on independently at times. All teachers made great use of a range of apps and digital tools that were both age appropriate and likely to enhance the learning that was taking place. It was impressive how teachers thought outside the box to create learning experiences that were meaningful and relevant for students. Delivering distance learning is not easy for all teachers, and the way teachers worked collaboratively enabled a consistency of practice across all classes. Teachers who were more expert than others provided after-school workshops for others in some of the new digital tools they were using. Others created video guides to share. Teams planned together and shared activities. This is a great example of how the school culture supports effective collaboration to strengthen successful outcomes for our learners. Curriculum. Our curricula were modified for online classes to help enhance students' understanding and progress. This was made accessible to all our students at the start of the school year via the Google Classroom. Assessments. At the start of the school year, all our students were given a diagnostic assessment. This was offered via Google Forms for the different subject areas to help us understand the level each child is performing at, so we can design learning goals to improve on their academic performance. During our online and face-to-face sessions, weekly activities and monthly tests were given to monitor the teaching and learning process, as well as to give an analysis of students' performance. This enabled teachers to adjust their pedagogical practices to better meet the needs of all our students. Our midterm exams were conducted virtually through Google Forms. Others benefited from our drop-off program. Our exam results highlighted some excellent achievers, while it also showed those who were performing below the benchmark. As a team, we met and discussed strategies to incorporate in our practices as we moved into the new academic term to strengthen our students' performance. We have just completed our final exams, and teachers are finishing up the marking and assigning scores processes. We will meet as a team to discuss our results and make plans to better facilitate the learning needs of all our students for the upcoming school year. We prepared students to sit several external examinations: CSEC Social Studies, CCSLC Social Studies, CSEC Caribbean History. Students benefited from revision sessions that were conducted both online and face-to-face by our dedicated team of teachers. Events. During the academic year, we hosted various events with the support and commitment of the school's cultural committee. Heroes Day was celebrated on October 18, 2021. This was done virtually in honor of the heroic Jamaican stalwarts who, through pride and resilience, sacrificed their blood, sweat, tears, and lives to ensure that all Jamaicans today enjoy political independence and freedom to strive for our economic independence. Unfortunately, these proceedings were halted as we were informed of the loss of one of our own stalwarts from the Spot Valley High School family, Mr. Coleridge Williams. Thereafter, we used this opportunity to honor one of our school's heroes, as that was what Mr. Coleridge Williams was to both students and staff alike. Jamaica Day was celebrated on February 24th and 25th, 2022, with great fervor and excitement. Special assembly was conducted with students and staff clad in their Jamaican colors, participating in various fun activities. Africa Day was celebrated on May 25th, 2022, with great enthusiasm. Our focus at school was Ghana. Various classes were allowed to view the display and participate in the activities with the support of our grade 10 Caribbean history students. The following are our prospective plans for the academic year 2022 to 2023. Young Achievers Quiz Competition, History Quiz, awarding outstanding students and teachers, Wall of Fame, print-rich school environment. Departmental meeting and planning session. The department hosted several meetings, both online and face-to-face, to communicate valuable information to members of the department throughout the school year. During these meetings, we discussed modifications to the National Standards Curriculum and alternative pathways to secondary education, respectively, NSC and APS, that had been mandated by the Ministry of Education. Plans were also put in place to explore instructional strategies to meet the diverse learning needs of our students. Teachers worked assiduously to get these plans underway for the smooth operation of the academic year. A department retreat is also planned to conclude the school term. We will use this as a medium to reflect and make plans for the new school year and to commend the teachers for the efforts made to maintain high standards of performance among our students. Staff appraisal. All the members of the department were appraised at least twice for the academic year. Teachers were highly commended during the feedback sessions and were advised on how to improve the teaching-learning process moving forward. Closing remarks. As a department, we will continue our increasing efforts to offer better provision of education for each of our students, focusing keenly on their diverse learning needs. As we recount our achievements and successes with pride and happiness, I would like to express appreciation to my committed team of teachers for their encouragement, support, and initiatives for the accomplishment of our goals and objectives. In closing, we can only say that we are committed to producing confident, efficient, and self-sufficient students who carry out the values of love, compassion, empathy, and truthfulness everywhere. The challenging journey towards excellence in education will continue. As such, we are soliciting the support and cooperation of all as we strive to equip our nation's students with the tools to be productive men and women in society. I thank you very much for your time and patience. Have a blessed rest of the day.
The IT department for the September 21 to June 22nd school year was made up of 3 teachers, Ms. Hudson Gray, Mr. Watkins, and Mr. Graham. Currently, we have 3 IT labs that service students from grade 7 to grade 11. We offer both CSEC and data operation classes. 2 of the 3 labs have computers. In the e-learning lab, we have 30 new computers to assist teachers and students. This year, we signed many students to sit the CSEC exam and the data operations, and we are looking forward to some very, very good results.
The Department of Home Economics covers 4 distinct areas under 3 external examination bodies. For CSEC, we offer clothing, textiles, and fashion, food, nutrition, and health, and family and resource management. Under HeartTrust CVQ, we offer general cosmetology level 1, food preparation level 1, and housekeeping levels 1 and 2. At City and Guilds, we offer skill proficiency in housekeeping and food preparation. As we reflect on the recently concluded school year, we acknowledge and celebrate the tremendous efforts of our teachers and students who rose to the challenge of teaching and supervising practicals during online classes. As our students returned to in-person or face-to-face classes, we were elated to share in the development of their skill competencies as they presented themselves for certification. The students who deferred their exams last year were able to sit their examinations in February, March of this year. And the current grade 11 cohort sitting before you sat their competency assessment in May, June of this year. Yes, the challenges were many and resources were very scarce. However, the determination of our teachers and students were unmatched and deserves to be applauded. The department has been retrofitted with fans and internet access points, with the housekeeping flat receiving a fresh coat of paint, and one of the 2 stoves that are no longer functional have been replaced. In addition, through the tremendous and continued effort of Mr. Thompson, the cosmetology department is receiving treatment to make the floor safer. As a department, we salute everyone affiliated with the development of our area and the empowerment of our students as they continue along their chosen path to success. We believe in you and we encourage you to keep going as you transition from high school to the world of work or another place of study.